video as always. This is going up on Wednesday, and so today, on Wednesday the 3rd of August, it's my birthday! Yeah, but I'm filming this on Monday. If this is your first video from me, this is a Q&A Wednesday. It seems to be a regular thing I seem to be always doing now, and my God, a lot of questions are coming in, and thank you all very, very much, and I will get to every single question. There's just a lot now to get through, so but please submit your questions to my Facebook page, which is cha-cha-ching, and when you're there, give it a good old like as well. Very much appreciate it. If you're that lazy, still like the Facebook page, but just put the question in the comment section below if you want. But yeah, let's get on with it. First question. Row Third has asked, I bought a Carvin SX300 solid state and it doesn't sound so good, too much treble. Is there anything I can do? Change the speakers maybe? Any advice? Personally, mate, like if it was me, if I'm not happy with something, I would just get rid of it, you know? So, I mean, if it's a solid state, I mean, I don't know much about the amp, if I'm honest, I don't. But if it's a solid state, I certainly have a good idea of what it will sound like. So, I mean, if you change the speakers, that's going to cost money, and then chances are it's not going to help much, you know. You'll notice a difference in sound, of course, but if it was personally me, I would look into getting another amp. And when you get another amp, go to the guitar shop and try it out. Try out 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6 amps, however many it takes, until you find an amp which is like, yeah, I like the sound of that, I like that clean, I like the overdrive in it, you know, whatever. So, and I personally prefer valve amps, that's just my preference. So yeah, personally I wouldn't waste your money, and I, again, if it was my money, I would go and buy another amp. Sell what you got and then go and get another one. That's my opinion, alright? Take with it as you may, my friend. My friend? I can't speak today. It's exciting, my birthday. Anyway, I hope that helps. Colin has asked, I play multiple instruments and I've been playing guitar now for nearly a year, and I'm interested in getting my first pedal. I've been looking at a Crybaby Wah-Wah and Ibanez Tube Screamer, but I'm wondering what your thoughts are on getting my first pedal. Welcome to the world of pedals, my friend. I mean, depends what amp you got. If you've got an amp with overdrive and you like your overdrive channel, I would recommend getting a Wah-Wah pedal. I think a Wah-Wah is great. They're so expressive, and also more importantly, like, you can hear a sound difference. You know, an overdrive pedal just kind of adds more overdrive or something like that, or if you're using a clean sound, adds overdrive that way. Again, if it was me, I would ask for a Wah-Wah. I remember actually, I got my first Wah-Wah, again, not to bring up my birthday again, I got my first Wah-Wah on my 17th birthday, and it's a great Wah-Wah. Unfortunately, the metal toggle switch is busted on it, and I need to get it fixed because the current Wah-Wah I have, I'm not a fan of. I like my old one. But yeah, I would say a Wah-Wah, my friend. So let me know how you get on with it, and if you choose to take my advice, and if you choose not to. Salty Lizard has asked, ooh, salty. I'd love to be able to play like you eventually. Basically, my question is, how do I get to the level that you're at? I'm not great at the guitar, and I really want to get better and be able to solo and stuff like that. Any tips on how to practice? Do I need to start learning guitar theory scales? Oh, salty, salty, salty. So you're asking, how do you get good at playing this thing? That is the question we all bloody well ask, isn't it? We all want to know that answer. And the answer to that is bloody hard work, you know? Just, you got to dedicate yourself to it. Because it's my birthday for the umpteenth time, and today marks the 20th year, my 20th anniversary playing guitar. I got my first guitar in 1996 on the 3rd of August. I remember coming back from Haven, and it was in this room. This room used to be my bedroom, and pretty much where the camera is right now, I came home and a classical guitar was against my bed. And I can distinctly remember picking up this guitar and not having a bloody clue what to do with it. I didn't know how to tune in the guitar. Was a complete mystery to me, you know. So, you know, the abilities I have on the guitar is through spending hours and hours and hours and days and hours and weeks and years playing this guitar, you know, and I want to get better at it. So to get better at it, I'm gonna spend hours and hours and days and weeks and years trying to get even better, you know. So yeah, man, it's just practice. It's just all down to that. I can distinctly remember having not necessarily an argument, but a disagreement with a pupil's mum once. And she said something like, she kind of like said it half flippantly. She's like, "Oh, it's all right for you, Mike. You're naturally gifted at the guitar." And I was like, "No, I'm not." You know, I was like, I didn't come out the womb playing guitar. I didn't say it like that to her, but you know, it's true. I wasn't born like this. I didn't come out the womb be able to play the guitar. You know, like drawing. When you're at school, you got people who can just draw well, and people who can't, you know, you've always got that mate who's really good at drawing. Like that, I think, is a natural ability. You know, you can work at it, of course, and get a bit better, but you either can draw well or you can't, I personally think. But with guitar, any musical instrument, you've got to work at it. So like I said, 20 years ago today, I came home and a guitar was next to the bed, and I didn't know anything. And my first guitar lesson was about 2-3 weeks later, and I learnt Ferro Jacka, and I went home and practiced. I got distortion on. I went home and practiced, and went the following week to my guitar teacher and went, "Yeah, Alan, here you go," etc. Not that fast, but I was just using my favourite finger, and he was, so I would have been going like that, you know. And he was like, "Yeah, that was all right, but what about your other fingers?" So I was like, "Oh yeah," didn't even occur to me I should use my other fingers. And I used to hold a pick with my first finger, second finger and thumb, like so, you know, and so I eventually got that out. So I can remember learning that F chord and it being like that. So the point I'm getting across is that I had to work at it, and you've got to work at it, and you've got to work at it, and you have as well, and you, oh God, what are you doing? But you've all got to work at it. So yeah, just start playing as much as you can. And do you need to know your scale and theories? Yeah, you do. You want to know some theory, you know, you want to know something about this guitar, don't you? What the hell you're doing on it. So get to work. That's my advice. Get to bloody work. Next question. Non-stop dancing asks, Mike, when you say I've been playing gigs, can you give us an idea on what they are? Covers bands, original own stuff. Great question. Thanks, man. This was, when did you send this to me? The 8th of July. Yeah, as regular viewers will know, and I probably mentioned in some videos, can't remember, but June and July have been absolutely manic, and a lot was going on. But yeah, gigs, so I play with an Eagles tribute band. That's one band I play with, and also do like function stuff as well. And then I've got my own original band happening, and I also do some session stuff. I did some session things for the Daily Mail and the Sun, did some stuff for them, and do studio stuff, and then sometimes I'm doing TV work and kind of performing live with pop stars on Saturday night TV and stuff like that, you know. So yeah, I do quite a lot of things, you know, and then as well as that I teach privately, and then teach at schools as well, and then do YouTube, run a YouTube channel as well. So yeah, a lot. I try and do as much as I can. And then in June and July I was moving as well, so that made me even more busy as well. So yeah, so but regarding, actually I'll do a little thing as well, regarding my original stuff, I've decided I want to be doing an EP, another EP. I have one out at the moment called The Devil's on My Side, which I've had some nice response, but there's a few more people on here now and to know about me, so I thought let's get some more music out. So I'm going to be going in the studio hopefully the end of August. I'm going to try, but I'll probably do another bigger announcement about that soon. But yes, more music, original music is going to be coming from yours truly. Anyway, thanks for your question, man. Hopefully that gives you a little insight into moi. Corey Tucker asks, I'm trying to find a good amp for busking on the streets, but the amp has to be battery powered. I don't really trust random YouTube reviews, but you're a cool dude, so any recommendations? I'm into that blues rock and roll. Ah, thanks Corey, cheers buddy. Now I believe Roland do a battery powered amp. I think it's like the Cube Street X or something like that, I believe. Check that out because they got obviously the Cube, and that's quite cool, so I imagine it's very similar to that. So yeah, check it out, but as always, go to your shop and try one out. I would say try out a few. Roland, and I think that Yamaha have that, I've forgotten the name of it, there's that cream, it's like a cream coloured one. Hang on a minute, let me just check online, that would probably help. The Yamaha THR10, I think that's battery powered. I didn't properly look. I try not to rely on, when I'm answering these questions, I don't want to go on Google and start looking, you know. I just wanted to get the name of that, but I want it to be from me, not from Google, because you could just do that. But I think that Yamaha is battery powered as well, but I'm not 100% sure, but the Roland definitely is. But try it out. Take your guitar to the guitar shop, what you're going to be busking with, and give it a bash and see what happens, you know. So hopefully that helps. Let me know how you get on, mate. CJ has asked, I'm getting new pickups for my Strat, and I'm actually getting a humbucker, a JB Junior in the bridge position, and single coils in my neck and middle. Heard that it's better to get a higher output single coil to go with my bridge humbucker. Just wondering if it's true and if it will affect my clean tone a lot. Yeah, depends on the style of music you're playing, mate. But if you've got a hotter pickup, so if you've got a hotter neck pickup, single coil, when you do clean, it's probably going to push the amp a bit more, you know. A lot of people kind of go with the kind of lower output pickups, so then it makes the amp have to work harder, if that makes sense. So obviously having a humbucker in the bridge and then a single coil on the neck, you might notice a difference regarding volume, increases and stuff. There's nothing wrong with it. I personally, with my next Strat I want to have a humbucker in the bridge, and then 2 single coils, you know. But the JB Junior is a good pickup, really good pickup. So yeah, depends on, if you don't mind having a hotter pickup, so then yeah, your clean sound won't be quite as crisp clean if it's a lower output pickup. Go for it, you know. But like I say, you haven't really said the style of music you're kind of going for, but I can't see it be too much of a problem. But like I say, you'll definitely notice a difference, definitely, you know. So hopefully that made sense and it wasn't just mumble. Adrian asks, how long did it take you to learn how to hybrid pick? I was quite fortunate, it didn't take me long at all really, because I've been hybrid picking my guitar since day one. Like I mentioned earlier, I used to play guitar with my thumb, first finger and second finger, and my guitar teacher, Mr. Alan Pinches, lovely guy, unfortunately he's no longer with us, but he was a jazz guy and he hybrid picked, and he would say to me, like, you want to hold it with just your thumb and first finger because later on you're going to want to use your other fingers, you know. This was like my second lesson or something like that. So I always saw it, you know, as that. I saw him doing that, and he had his like kind of nails long on his back 3 fingers as well. So I remember kind of playing an A chord. Oh, sorry, put the amp off standby. I can remember getting an A chord and kind of attacking them all at the same time. I remember having like a riff like. About 13, 14, having that. So yeah, I always did it, you know. And then kind of single stuff, I would just use my second finger for a long time. Go and play that for a long time. It's an old song of mine. But yeah, I used to just do that with just my second finger. Now I would bring in my other fingers, you know, with my second and third. So yeah, just start doing it, you know, get a D chord. One cool thing to do is get a D chord, pick on the 4th string, 2nd finger on the 3rd string, 3rd finger on the 2nd string, little finger on the 1st string, and you want that kind of cascading sounds, like a banjo roll. So pick, 2nd, 3rd, little. When my teacher saying something like that or very similar to do, and he's like, do that 50 times a day, and I was like, yeah, right, yeah, I'm gonna do that. No, I'm gonna watch, I don't know, Biker Mice for Mars or whatever was around in the late 90s. Because I was doing this a lot, kind of tackling them at the same time, like piano kind of style, and using just the 2nd finger, I remember being at ACM one day and just, I don't know, kind of playing, warming up before the teacher came in, and I was like, oh, I can do it, cool. You know, and do it ever since. So it's cool for all that kind of stuff. Alright, so yeah, I've been doing it for 20 years. Hope that was good info for you guys, and for those who asked a question, really hope that helped, and for those who haven't asked a question, hopefully you got some good information out of it as well. If you want to ask a question, like I said earlier, go to my Facebook page, like the page, and then send me a question that way, and I'll do my damnedest to help you out in any way I can. Anyway, thank you all very, very much, and I shall see you in the next video. Take care, Mike Bradley, signing out.